Hey Marie, it's Carl. I am just going to make this quick video for you to explain your statistics a little bit here. So, you had the right stuff. I mean, what you had was accurate, but there are other things that need to be included. So, we'll just start here though with the descriptives. So, you had 5 males, 22 females for a total of 27 folks. Then, of course, the percentages over there. You've got the age groups here, pretty clear how many there were, what that percentage is going up to the total. This total SM, so there was one issue with where you asked, like, do you have Facebook, do you have Instagram, etc., and there was just one option for the code, and so that didn't really give us what I think we needed, but we can work with it. Don't worry, because the way I sort of redid it a little was that everyone they answered yes to was just a tally. So the way I have it here, the average person in this group had 3.3 social media accounts. And then, you could go back and find out which ones were most popular and that kind of thing. Now, overall, again, these are still descriptives here. How much time do they spend? 3 to 4 hours was the average. Um, how often do they change their content? Every few weeks was the average. No difference for time or change frequency on either sex or rate or age. Right. So when it comes to both these two things, how much time they spend, or I should put a space here, how much time they spend, or how often they change their content, that was not significantly different based on um, sex or age. Let's bold those two. Then I found this very interesting. Ever feel jealous? And so you had those. The way the question was written, it was a yes or no question, but then the options were yes, no, and it's like sometimes or something like that. So if they answered sometimes or whatever that option was, I just put it in the yes column. So this put everything into a one or two, right? Yes or no. And with that one, ever feel jealous? Everybody, yes, 100% said they did. Ever compare yourself to others? Yes, 100% did. I think that's very important. Um, we'll figure out how to sort of describe it and apply it with the next section, but for this one, definitely an interesting find. The number of friends, does that matter? It was sort of a 3.1 was the average score, so a 3 out of those 5-point Likert scales. Yeah, so that was, neither here nor there. Then, do you like the attention? That one was overall, again, all ages, both sexes. You had a 2.67, so they slightly like it. So it was closer to the strongly agree side. Here I just broke it down for you like this: the reasons that people use social media, and you can see the percentage of people that said they actually use it for these reasons, and they're listed in order. So 100% of people, everybody, all 27 said, yeah, they use it when they're bored. Almost 70% said they use it in terms of relationships. Over half said they use it to gain information, and then almost half said they promote themselves. Then you can look at the self appearance, and pop culture was the last one there. Would you remove a post from social media if you didn't receive the response you wanted? And we see that most people said they would not, but it was not it was a thin margin there, 44 to 55%. And also with this particular question, I think in the discussion section, one thing to note might be like there's going to be this feeling of the participant that they don't want to answer one way or another. Like they feel like they may know what you're looking for. So would you remove a post if it didn't get the response you wanted? And if they say yes, like, oh yes, I would do that. I don't want to not be liked. Well, they don't want to say that out loud. They want to say, well, no, I do what I want anyway. It doesn't matter. But hey, 12 folks said they would. So very interesting. Now, here is some of the very new stuff that I did with your statistics. So what I did is I put gender here, and well, I broke this down a couple different ways. But the gender item, we can just look at this one first. Here is total social media, the RED is just reduced hours per day. So I changed the way that your hour structure worked too, just to get it into more equal categories. And then all these statements, do you evaluate the statements? Do you compare yourselves? Ever feel jealous? Removing post, and then how often do you change the content? So here was the significant differences here. In terms of liking the attention, the males said, not really. I don't really like the attention, but females said they somewhat like it. So it was a 2.4. Um, so just on the sort of the neutral side of liking. Then when jealous came up, 1.8 for this one, males said, because this was 1 versus 2, not a 5-point here. So this 1.8, 2 being no, most males just, they don't really care about being jealous. But the women, 1.2, very close to 1, yes, and those were significantly different. And if you want to look up here, the attention makes me feel good. They like the attention. There's your p-value. So when you'll have to just Google APA tests of between subjects effects, and you should get the format to write that out. And so it'll be basically F. So there's the F 5.934, and then parentheses will be your degrees of freedom. And so that's here. It's 1, and then the other one will be 26. It's the number of participants you have minus 1. So it'll be like 1 comma 26. Close it. Then you'll have your F score. So F, just the letter. Let's see if I can just do it like this. Hold on. Sorry. I'm going to put it right here. So for this one, it would look like this. In italics, capital F. And then immediately to this, you have 1 comma 26. Comma, oh no, sorry. Equal sign, and then it's 5.93. And then comma italic P equal 0.023. Good. So that's this one. And so you can follow that model for the other one there. And then, of course, you'll want to report the means for these as well. And I've listed those there. Now, I also ran a correlation test. So I just put everything into a correlation matrix to make sure there was nothing hiding, using Pearson's R. And these are the correlations that I found. So when you like attention, that goes up by how often you change your content. So in other words, the people who like attention from social media are also the ones who change content frequently. So they want to be seen because they apparently like that energy. By the way, here, anything 4.4 and above is a good correlation. So you got a 0.482 on that one. Those people who are more likely to feel jealous are also likely to change the content. I think what you can take from that for the next section is people who are emotionally invested in social media, maybe because they like the attention or because they like to compare themselves, or maybe they don't like to, but they do compare themselves. Those are going to be folks who are more likely to change content in hopes of probably getting people to give them positive attention and to not feel jealous anymore. Oh, you have a great life? Let me show you my great life. Posting new stuff. The next one, people that care about the number of friends they have and the amount of time they spend on social media. There was a big correlation there. Well, a correlation there. And then the biggest one was actually the next one. People who are likely to get jealous are the people who like the attention. And that makes sense, really. If you think about, I should do it like this. Let me do different color here. That's fine. So the green ones here really are all part of the same thing. And those are the correlation values which you'll need there. And you can just Google again, reporting Pearson's R APA, and it'll show you how to do all that. Now, I didn't put in all the F values here, so I I think you could probably just put a chart, and that would just look like this. I mean, you would, of course, Google how to do the chart in APA. There's just a couple little details, but you could do it something like this and put italic R. Nope, needs to be lowercase, please. Nope. Okay, there we go. You could put like variable 1, variable 2, and then what do we have? Point. I would do them from biggest to smallest. So we've got a 0.596, and then variable 1 is going to be. You can give these cleaner labels. Jealousy. Whoops. Jealous. And like attention. I know you said it's like feel good about the attention. I'm just using different labels to say the same thing. And then on and on and on. You would put those up there. So that would probably be just as easy or easier than finding exactly how to write it and then having to go back and rerun it because I didn't give you the right stats. But you've got a really interesting set of findings here. So again, here are the descriptives. Really interesting stuff here. See, like this one is a non-significant finding, but I think that's important that, regardless of sex and age, we all use it about the same amount. And then these comparisons I really thought were pretty interesting. So good job on this. I don't know what you want to do in terms of the write-up. So let's go with this. You've got full credit on the submission here. So your results section is in for full credit. Now, I would take this stuff and then rewrite it so that you've got all this important data in the results. And if you need feedback on that, of course, just let me know, and I'm happy to do that. But again, good job on this. And if you have questions, let me know. This stuff's strange sometimes, but again, it's very interesting here that you found what you found. So talk to you later.